Welcome once again, day number 8, reading through 1st and 2nd Kings, a continuation of 1st and 2nd Samuel, really. Today's reading is chapters 15 and 16. At the conclusion of the previous reading, we saw the end of Rehoboam of the Davidic dynasty, and Jeroboam, the insurrectionist who had divided the kingdom. The succession of those kings and their demise is chronicled much faster than that of Saul, David, and even Solomon. I suppose a reflective question at that point would have been, are they capable of repairing religious, social, and political order amongst now the divided kingdoms of Israel and Judah? And of course, as we read in today's text, we get an answer, at least for now, of that question. It's a definitive no. So Abijah is going to reign among in the Davidic dynasty over Judah. He doesn't identify with David. Once again, there's continuous echoes of David. And in fact, the more we see his successors, the greater David's legacy becomes. You wonder how David, with all of his moral and spiritual failings back in 2 Samuel, how is he remembered so heroically? Well, it's easier when your successors get worse and worse and worse, progressively, or regressively, perhaps. Even so, with David, there's this idea in 2 Samuel that's clear. David was trying to do right. He wanted to return. He wanted to repent. He wanted to change, even when he made mistakes. And so we were not seeing that in this succession of kings. None of them seemed to be all that concerned until we get to Asa. Abijah is going to have a very short kingship. Asa is going to come and reign 41 years. He's going to do some great things. He removes the prostitution cult there, the male prostitution cult, specifically. Remember that from the previous reading. He's going to remove the idols. He's even going to remove his grandmother. His grandmother was in the place of a queen because Asa was very young, and Asa, who's a young one, is going to do wonderful things. And even here in verse 15, he brings the holy items into the temple, the silver and gold. He's going to put the wealth, as it were, back where it belongs. He's going to come up at war with the northern kingdom, with their counterparts. This civil war is continuing, and he's going to take some materials, that silver and gold, and make an alliance with Syria. All in all, Asa looks pretty solid, especially given this downward spiral. Then, as an update in what's going on in the northern kingdom, Nadab is reigning. He's going to reign 2 years. It's going to be evil. And then there's going to be Baasha is going to reign. They're in a worser circumstance than the southern kingdom. But then there is going to be this promise that God is going to remove Baasha and raise up somebody decent for them. But what we see through the conclusion of this chapter is that with each one. There's honor killings, there's assassinations, there's various evil, there's idol worship, onward to through Baasha, Elah, Zimri, Omri, and then we get to Ahab, who's most notoriously known for marrying Jezebel, a daughter of the Sidonian king. They're going to bring Baal worship into play, which is that's any idol is negative, is bad, is breaks the covenant with God. But Baal is one of those that adds insult to injury, and things in the southern kingdom were getting worse, but Asa kind of prolonged their decline. But in the northern kingdom, it's getting exceptionally bad and spiraling out of control. And so I guess the reflective question at this point, in this shorter video, is, can anybody get things right again? Is God going to raise up another Samuel? Is God going to raise up another prophet like Nathan? Is he going to raise up another leader like a David even? In fact, even a Saul appears much more generously allocated with integrity than what we've seen in these recent kings. And so with that, I will meet you again tomorrow.